live struggle legacy. It's a whole movement.
I got you, big baby. I keep the struggle live struggle, live music. Pay attention to how we do it. And so my dog who never made it out. Live struggle, I got you, homie. We break it out, live struggle, live music. Pay attention to how we do it. And so my dog who never made it out. Live struggle, I got you, homie. The things we do when we down on our luck, like a dolphin, anything to get fucked up. What you think? Now we out here trying to get locked up. Desperation brings desperate measures trying to come up.
All right, here we go. Hey everybody, it's your boy MP, Live Struggle Legacy, and welcome to the Live Struggle Legacy Podcast, Season 3. Now, real quick, if you haven't already done so, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification button, drop a comment, start a conversation. If you have a question for the guest today, drop a comment, right? Ask a question, start a conversation. If you're listening on a streaming platform, please make sure you hit that follow button. Download, rate us, save, and if you're looking to promote your business, holler at me because we're looking for sponsors. Okay, here we go. So me and this guest right here, we go back 25, damn near 30 years.
30 years.
30 solid years, 3 decades
actually
strong.
30 years. Definitely 30 years.
Definitely 30 years, without a doubt. 11 years old. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You were 11.
Yes, sir. Yeah. None other than the one and only Billy Bass Skinner.
My brother.
Welcome to the show.
My brother, man. Happy to be here.
And man, listen, it's been a long time coming. We've been talking about trying to get you on the show, and it's like, man, it's finally happening, bro.
It's finally happening, man. I'm grateful to be in your presence, bro.
Man, I'm grateful to have you, bro.
Been wanting to relive these times, man. Catch up. Man.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna catch up in front of everybody.
So I always like to start with a little story, real quick. I'm gonna just adjust this a little bit. We're sliding off a little bit. We're good. It started to drop a little bit. Yeah, no, you're good, bro. So real quick, thank you, brother. No, we're good. Okay. Well, maybe, yeah. I can edit that out. Don't trip. I don't usually edit out. I can edit all this out. So we're just gonna keep rolling. I'll wait till he's done. It started.
1 second, bro.
Yeah. No, thank you. I thought I had it tight, but it just started, and it's only slid a little bit. I was gonna say nothing, but it went.
All right. Just don't want this thing to sink. Okay.
We're Gucci. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So I always like to start with a story.
Yes.
Right? I got so many stories, but I think we met. I know I met you through Charlie.
Yeah,
right.
Through Charlie.
Through Charlie. So if you've been rocking with us for a while, Charlie was like both of our best friends growing up. He was my in-house producer for the longest. He's the person that inspired me really to get into music. Right. I've always loved music, but he's the one that inspired me to rap. By way of Bone Thugs and Harmony. Right. Writing down Bone verses. Right. So I met Billy, and what I remember about Billy is Billy being, first of all, a good time all the time. Always got a smile on his face, even when it's drama. Always got a smile on his face, right? And really always into some shit. Like one thing I always knew about Billy is Billy trained to go. Always has been.
TTG, baby.
Yes, always trained to go, always getting into something, right? And so it was like, Billy would come. Now your people were from Coconut Key, right?
Yeah, so we were originally from Coconut Key. By the time I met you, we had just moved to the north side.
Exactly.
We had just moved to the north side. So I was traveling from the north side to come back.
When we met, exactly.
When we met. So yeah, but Coconut Key originally.
Yeah, okay. That's what's up. All right. So, and I grew up right outside of Coconut Key, for this area in South St. Pete, if you're not familiar. But so we used to go hang around Billy's on the north side, and then, my house on the south side.
Yes.
And I just remember so I just want to share this story, and then I won't say anything more.
Go for it.
But I remember so I would come up to the north side. We had a little thing going. Yeah. And then this shit started to get hectic out there, bro.
Yeah.
Shit started to get hectic.
Yeah.
All I know is somebody shot up your mom's house.
That's correct.
Right? Somebody had got stabbed up front. We ain't gonna say no names. We ain't gotta relive it.
That's correct. Me and that person, matter of fact, much love. we actually squashed our
I
beef.
love that because that
We came a long way.
So
Came
when
a long way.
I remember I was coming around, and then I remember the house got shut up. I'm like, Billy, man, you got to hang out on the south side. now, you know? And it's crazy because all the boys on the north side used to be afraid to come down to the south side.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, man, I feel safe down here. Motherfuckers, ain't nobody shooting up my. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so just a couple memories, you know.
So it's a culture shock from where moving from the south to the north. It was a lot different back then.
Yeah.
So you had the south where it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's on go, everybody getting money. You had the north, I'm in a biker neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's
but it was like the hood though. It was like a biker
most
hood.
certainly. Most certainly the hood. I rep the place till I die, love them apart, man. But it was definitely, we stayed in some drama.
Yeah.
We stayed in some drama, and I think it came from the culture from the south side because I brung that there.
Okay.
And see, that's the thing. I was the one that brung that to them. Okay. So when I got over there, you know, and I'm on 37th Street, and I'm like, this is what we're gonna do. And you know, we formed our little clique, and by the time we turned 15 that year, we were looking up to all the older guys, and we're like, nah, we ain't getting picked on no more. So then we said, no, we taking over the block. So then we took over the block and then went from there and then all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But we stayed in some drama. In some drama. But I love them boys to this day. And you know what I'm saying? That made me who I was now though, because it was always about family. Like every time, everything from you guys, from when we were younger with you guys, like I always had this mob mentality, not in a bad way, but in the mentality that we're family.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are
family.
family.
I can attest to that. No matter who you were with, you was going to make sure that everybody with you was straight.
And that's right.
And if that means we got to get into something,
I was always like that. And I always and that's why I'm today with my kids. It's always been about family. And I just bring that into everything that I got. But with you guys, just to be specific, like what I remember most about being down there, man, is like, I wanted to speak on the women that were there and my mother, because your mother and Charlie's mother are gone, right? And rest in peace, Marguerite, rest in peace, Linda Jones, and my mom. Like the most thing I remember is all of them ladies trying to keep us out of trouble. Yeah. And I just want to say that I get my nurturing side from my kids from that. And that's where I come from today, man. Through all the things that I've been through, at the end of the day, it's going to be family over everything. There is nothing I found more that helps you prosper in life is through the love of your kids.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like that's going to get you further than most things. Yeah. It really is. Like you can put everything away and you can guarantee that the smile of your child is going to make you happy and make you need to do what you need to do. Sometimes it might make you sad, but it's gonna perpetuate you or push you to do the right thing.
Bro, that's one thing I can say. Like I can have the worst day in the world, like just terrible day, just bad energy, feeling like just the worst day. I get around my child, the second I get around my whole day flip 360 degrees, like I should say 180 degrees turn around. You know what I mean? About face. So it's like I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, it changes you, man. And I went through a lot of struggles in life, man.
So but I want to get into your life struggle, but you said you had a story. So before we get into your whole lives, I want you to get your life struggle out here. But tell that story you're going to tell me, because I don't even remember.
So Mike don't remember this, but there's a couple things I'll just throw in there. I know, talking to Mike's dad on the phone from the feds. That was another thing I remember about you guys.
I remember that, but tell it.
I did. I really did. I remember. I remember your dad saying, "Put Billy on the phone."
Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that.
He said, "Put Billy on the phone."
Yeah.
So I had this relationship with Mike's dad from before I even met who he was. But so at that time I'm thinking about how much we were culturally involved in music at that time. Yeah. Because it was Tupac. Yeah. It was TRU. Yes. Master P was just coming out. I remember seeing the first.
No Limit Soldiers, bro.
We was No Limit Soldiers in 1996.
Yes,
man. Sir. But we were really influenced by the gang culture, and not necessarily you, but you were with us.
Yeah.
So
I count while y'all was doing that.
Yeah. So what I remember the most is, Mike say he don't remember this, but I do remember there was a time that Marguerite brung a, I don't think he was a gang member. He wasn't a gang member. She brung like this statistics guy. Like, maybe it was just a friend. Okay. And maybe in my mind, I think he came from LA. Whatever he did, he brought us to the table in your living room. That table, that long table. Yeah. And we all sat around that table, and he told us the statistics of gang violence out in LA. And that just, it again still brings me back to this idea of family. And I think that a lot of the things that I went through as a juvenile, as an actual juvenile, was always going to lead me to being a family man. And that's what I want to say about that time, is that even at that time, I was on the trail to be a family man, because even the gang stuff, that was like our little family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we really did. We looked out for each other, you know?
Ice skate.
Yeah, ice skate, man. You know, and I got to give Shaw a shout out, man. You know, when I met Shaw first. I met Charlie first. I met Charlie in kindergarten, first grade. But I met Shaw second, and I remember we were over near Bimpy's, and a bunch of cats took my bicycle. They took my bicycle, and Shaw stuck up for me.
I remember who it was too.
Yeah.
The same ones that used to run up. John. You know,
that's who it was. That's who it was.
We ain't gonna say no names.
They took my bicycle, but Shaw got it back. Yeah. Shaw got my bicycle back, and then after that, it was just all love, man. And that's what I remember about us being knuckleheads at that time.
That's what's up. So real quick, shout out to Shaw, and shout out to Heads Up Barbershop. He's been doing lots of things with the community. And if you haven't seen the episode with Shaw and Scissor Shaw and Heads Up Barbershop, make sure you go back to season 2. Right, we got a lot of good episodes in season 2, and Shaw was definitely on top of, you know what I mean. Some of those really good ones. So. Man, look, bro, this is the live struggle legacy, bro. This is where we turn pain into purpose, right? And absolutely. I know you know all about that.
I do.
So tell us your live struggle, man. You got these cameras, these microphones. Like, tell the people about Billy.
Let me just say that, like I'm explaining about how it came from family to there. So this again, it was, and when I say the mob mentality, it wasn't the mob as in we're going to attack people and hurt people. It was the mob as in family, once again. So what happened to me was I had kids. I had my first kid when I was 18, and then I had my second kid when I was, roughly 21. I had fell into I worked a couple jobs. I wasn't really grinding at that time. I wasn't doing nothing. I was just working, hustling a little bit, but I was playing with my nose. Starting to do drugs a little bit. And the woman I was with, it wasn't really working out, and, whatever, that just all passed. So I got with my first wife, and then I'm going to tell you what my life struggle legacy is. So it started there, and then I started really grinding, and I was getting money, and it was then that I realized that I wanted to be a family man. It wasn't then that I started, but it was then that I realized that I wanted to be a family man. So that was my life. That was my live. That's my life. That's what I wanted to do. So I grinded for a few years, got a bunch of money, and blew it all. Messed it all up, ended up getting on drugs. So that was my struggle. And I started struggling with drugs. I struggled with drugs for about 5 or 6 years, like really bad, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of time in jail, a lot of time not being around my family. But again, it comes back to family, because my mother made sure my kids stayed in my life. And and that's my legacy. My legacy is going to be my kids. My legacy is going to be what I've given them through what they've seen, and the younger ones from what they didn't see. You know what I'm saying? So that's my life struggle legacy, bro. That's what it is. That's what I lived, and that was my struggle, and my legacy is going to be my kids, and that's what I think we're here to do, bro. I think we come here to take a path and the path we take, you know, varies by each move that we make. And I think that finally, you know, walking away from that life, because I seen a lot of stuff, like, especially while you were gone, bro. Like there was, I seen so much, bro. Seen a lot of death, you know, and I really lived in the streets. Like it was like really in the streets, like 5, 6, 7 years straight. That's like really living in the streets and seeing the things that's going on. And I think about the people from that time, like, bro, everybody I was messing with, they either dead or in jail. There's no in between to that. I don't care if you was selling dope or you was doing dope. The ones that was doing dope dead, and the ones that were selling dope, they gone.
In jail, yeah.
They in jail, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just happy to have made it out of that struggle, and now I'm working on my legacy, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm doing.
So what was there a moment in that, you know, people always talk about rock bottom. Like, what was your rock bottom? But it ain't even, for me, it ain't even about the rock bottom. It was like, what was the moment that, because sometimes people wake up out of it before they hit rock bottom or after they hit rock bottom, right? Way later on after they hit.
Yeah.
So what, is there a moment you could think of, like an event?
It was
like
gradual.
Okay.
It was gradual, and it was from spirituality.
Okay,
it was gradual. It didn't happen overnight, bro. You know, I started going to church. Was the first thing. I got into a lot of other spirituality. I'll get into that too, because that's definitely part of the story. So I started going to church, but that's not what happened. So I was with my first wife, split up with her. I ended up in the streets, and I spent a good time in the streets. When I tell you, I spent 5 years straight, bro. I mean, you probably seen some of it on Facebook. I was going crazy, and by the grace of God, I got into another drug that wasn't something that I was normally into, and it drove me crazy. Mental health.
Yeah.
Bro, I was filled with demons, bro, like literal demons, bro. It was to another gateway, but finally that drug scared me because I was thinking crazy stuff like hurting people, and you know what I'm saying, and thinking of everybody after me, and realistically, that was not the case. So then, you know, if you're scared, go to church, buy a dog, get a gun, one of them things. I went to church, bro. You know what I'm saying? I started going to church, and I did that, and I was still dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? I was still, but I was starting to get my kids. I had my kids with me, you know, and that's when it started, bro. And then I met my wife that I'm with now about almost 10 years ago. And when I got with her, I was saved because I had already did the church thing and I fell again. But I would say that was 9 years ago, was the start of really, really buckling down and like, because I got her pregnant, and this, mind you, I got 10 kids.
Okay.
So mind you that I already have 5 kids before this. So, you know what I'm saying? They all just watched and went through this with me.
Yeah.
They lived the struggle with me.
Yeah.
So when they know not what to do, they was visiting me in jail. They was seeing me messed up. They was, you know, unfortunately seeing things happen that they shouldn't have seen at that time. But big shout out to my children's mothers, because they still made sure they were in my life.
That's what's up, man.
That
That's
whole
up.
time.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take that from them, because I feel like they deserve that credit. I mean, don't think they weren't hard on me. They were very hard on me, but they also made sure my kids know me the whole time. And that's, again, back to women, man. You know, they've always been, it's always been something with especially my children's mothers, my mother, your mother, whatever. I've always seen something. They have this nurturing role that they play into a man. And you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so about that time, and then I started going to church. Like I was real big into the church. And then at some point I'm like, man, I got into the church, and then the pastor, I'm not hating, but the pastor, man, I started seeing some things I ain't like. And I was already questioning what I had going on. And so I got into Kundalini. Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
I remember that.
I was very
yeah.
much into Kundalini.
Yeah.
I got into it, and I mean I was still dealing with mental health because of the choice of drug that I used for that time. It actually fucked me up.
It was methamphetamine, right?
Correct.
I just wanted, because the audience want to know.
Correct. That's what it was. And I didn't even do methamphetamine a lot. That's not like it wasn't something I did a lot. Did it probably 15 times.
That's what had.
But
it
ruined my mind.
It's different from cocaine.
Way different.
Yeah.
Ruined my mind. So I reeled for years, bro. Like I dealt with that was a spiritual battle, Mike. When I tell you that was a real spiritual battle.
Yeah.
It was bad, bro. But I don't want that's not my life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I want everybody to know that is a part of my story though, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have walked into what I walked in today. But anyways, I had another kid. All right.
Okay.
I was still dibble dabbling. Again, it was a dibble dabble thing.
And then even once you discovered the Kundalini, it was still kind of.
That was this is why I actually left Kundalini. I get into that too. Like I enjoy Kundalini so much, bro. I was getting, bro, there's things you can do with your mind that people don't even understand. But I think my intention with Kundalini, what happened was because I was starting to bring things into the house. My kids were seeing things. My wife was seeing things. And I don't think it was because of my intentions were good.
So just real quick, because I know the audience want to know, what kind of things?
I mean, I'm going to go now and say demonic things, but it was spiritual. Okay. It was.
So bringing like spirits, like entity attachment.
And I wasn't doing black magic. Okay. I didn't never get into black magic. I didn't get into none of that.
You felt like maybe you were opening portals.
I definitely was.
Okay.
It wasn't. I don't feel like I was. I definitely was. Yeah. I was seeing things. I was seeing things through the veil. I learned I was getting into lucid dreaming, astral projection. I literally did yoga. Not as intense as you, but the yoga I was doing was spiritual. So it was all or nothing for me every day. I'm meditating for hours every day because I wasn't working because I was still dealing with these demons from the myth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So, even when you were sober?
Yeah. This was about 7-8 years ago. Okay. 8 years ago. I was, I had a diagnosis. I ain't even going to say that because that just makes it feel like people look at me crazy. But I got diagnosed bipolar 1 with psychotic features because of meth from doing it. Yeah. That went away. That's no longer. It was obviously drug induced. But it took me years to get my mind right from that. It really did. It took me a lot of years to get my mind right from that. And so I got into the Kundalini. And what happened with Kundalini was what I was doing. My belief was, okay, this is how I end up back to Christianity. This is what I'm trying to get to you. So my belief was we're all coming back. So this is just another trial. And what I was doing is when I wanted to go fuck off, I was like, okay, this is just another chance. So I'll get it figured out the next time. And finally, with all the spiritual shit that was happening around my family and shit like that, I finally put an end to it. And then I went back to church, and that's where I've been now. I don't personally go to church now. I do have a relationship with Jesus Christ. That's my thing. I'm not here to put no religion on nobody. That's just my thing. That's what got me to where I'm at today.
Yeah, whatever you need to do.
That's what got me where I'm at today. And but yeah, so that's how I ended up where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's where I'm at now. So.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been looking for a partner that feels like the right fit for this show. A brand that shares the same commitment to quality, comfort, and a better lifestyle. After a lot of research, I found exactly that in Cozy Earth. They create luxury bedding and pajamas made from 100% bamboo, naturally breathable, incredibly soft, and designed to keep you cool and comfortable all night long. It's the kind of product that elevates everyday life, which is exactly the type of brand I want to bring to this community. Cozy Earth also stands behind their products with a 10-year warranty on their premium bamboo bedding, plus free shipping on orders over $50. If you've been looking to upgrade your sleep and align with a brand that fits the values of this show, visit CozyEarth.com and use the code LSL for 40% off your order.
That's CozyEarth.com, code LSL for 40% off. So this was like a 7-year process.
Yeah, gradual.
Yeah.
It was definitely a 7-year process.
Yeah.
With a whole bunch of bumps in the road. But I haven't been to jail since 2015. 10 years.
Yeah.
So 10 years I haven't been to jail.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. That's when I came home.
That's what I'm saying.
It's crazy to think 10 years.
Well, that whole time, not the whole time, but since around 2008, I started going to the county.
I was already in prison. Yeah,
I never went out the road. I got lucky not going out the road. It was because I was always just end up getting these little county sentences, and I'll be stuck in the county or whatever. But yeah, so I've been to jail that long. So from that time, yeah, we say 7 years, but I'm gonna say 10 years was the process to bringing me into where I am today. You know what I'm saying? To what I'm doing today. And I'm doing a lot of things. I mean, I work a regular job. I'm a general manager of a pizza place. It's crazy because of where I was at. It's, I'm making decent money and taking care of my kids, and I have a relationship with all my kids. And I'm trying to get them into the right path, bro. You're learning from the things that I went through, especially like my younger ones, they don't got to see that, but my older ones did. So now I got this battle right now, of my older kids, they kind of G's, what I'm saying? But I'm trying, but they doing all right. All my kids are working. All my older sons are working, and
it seems like you got a good relationship with all of them too.
I do.
Yeah.
I got a good relationship with all my kids, man. Yeah. I'm blessed for that, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, when I tell you I'm blessed to have a relationship with all my kids, and they stuck by me.
No,
my older ones stuck by me. And
I see the pic, bro. I pay attention.
And my younger ones, they just, bro, they look at me like I'm a king, bro. And the older ones do too. They like to play like they don't, but they know what time it is.
Because they know what you made it through, bro.
Exactly.
And they watch that. They probably saw you go through things that people were. The kids listen. They hear what people are saying.
Yeah.
And people talk in front of kids. They shouldn't, but they do.
No.
So they probably had people in their minds thinking that pops might not come back from this. Then you show them that you did, right? And now it's like, okay, they respect that. Bro.
Oh, they do. Of
course they do.
They do, and it's funny you say that because they like to play with me. You know what I mean? But we have a mutual respect, man. And my kids, I'm at right now at the point where I'm at right now. I keep all them around me. I work a lot, which it is what it is, but I keep all of them around me, man. I'm about to have my second grandchild from my oldest son. And man, one thing I'll say though that they know is what I instilled in them is you stick with your family.
Yes, sir.
That's it. If we don't do nothing else, I don't know what's gonna happen in these next seasons. You know what I'm saying? But we stick together.
That's right.
That's it. And we got to try, bro.
Yeah.
So don't worry.
Right.
We got to try, man. One of them has got to make it.
Yeah.
One of them got to make it. Come on. One of y'all buy a Pops a house, man. One of y'all got to make it.
Yeah, bro. And you got a grandchild and one on the way.
Grandchild.
What's that like, man?
You know what? There's been unfortunately, my sons are going through the same thing.
Oh.
Pops did. Not them kind of things.
No, but
baby mama drama, and all that. And, but, yeah, she's 4, and he's getting ready to have full custody though. So, and he's got one on the way.
Okay.
So that's good, man. I'm very proud of my son.
So
man.
what do they call you? What are they gonna call you?
Papa.
Yeah, bro.
You already know.
Yeah.
You already know. Pop up, baby.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I love that.
Yeah, man. I remember Pop Up too.
Yeah, you one of the few that.
I remember Pop Up too, man. That was he was a gentle soul, bro. Yeah. I remember that about him, man. He was a gentle soul.
Man, there's a reason that so Pop Up is what we call my grandfather. Yeah. That's who's on my forearm. Right. He's on my shoulder, and that's who my son carries his name as well. So clearly he meant something to me.
Yeah.
So that's what's up, man.
Yeah. He was like I said, I remember Pop Up. I remember Pop Up. I remember him very well, actually. it's crazy to think about how much time we actually did spend together as kids, because there was a lot of time there. And I think I probably spent right there around as much as Charlie did.
Yeah.
I spent at your house because I stayed there a lot because of being on the north side.
Yeah.
So I was at your house a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And if you've been watching this and you want to go back, if you don't know me that well personally and you don't know the story and you kind of just diving into season 3, if you go to season 1, I tell my whole life story. And so what Billy's talking about is like my house was kind of like the spot for the kids. It was almost like a shelter for kids,
Definitely.
you know, because it was a safe place where we all knew we could be at and do the things that we do and not worry about going to jail, get robbed or beat up. But I mean, there was a little drama around the house every now and again, but for the most part, like it was that safe space that my mom provided, because my mom was more under the philosophy of I would rather you do it here and be safe and I know where you're at than you be. Remember what she used to say about 4th Street?
Say that.
It's a whole nother world out.
Yeah. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
And I do remember that now.
So shout out to my mom, my OG, for always providing that safe
She
space,
did,
for
man.
keeping
She
us
really
loaded
did.
with snacks. You know what I mean? Like
She made sure we were always good.
Yeah,
we were always
absolutely.
good.
Absolutely.
Always good. I remember nothing but good times at that house.
And you know, something I want to touch on, because this is something I didn't really tap into until late in life, or recently late in life. And, you know, you talk about the feminine, right? And how powerful it was in putting you on your path. And I know, you know, people that want to do deep spiritual, deep dives. We've had previous guests on the show that go into the divine feminine and whatnot. And I'm not by any means mocking that. I'm actually about to expound on that in a more like worldly manner, so to speak. But it's like the feminine keeps us protected in the spiritual realms, right?
Yeah.
Right, and then the masculine is supposed to protect in the worldly realms, right? And I know we both carry both qualities, but it's like without that feminine guidance, that there's a reason they call it women's intuition, right? Because they know and they instill this wisdom in us, right? And so if you've been watching these previous episodes where they talk about the divine feminine and it's kind of getting lost on you, just think about the nurturing nature of a woman and the way that she provides us with wisdom and guidance in terms of the spirit realm, giving us advice that only a woman, only a mother could give us. Whereas, you know, a father might say, oh, get on his head or get on his ass. That may not always be the best advice, right? It's the motherly advice, that female intuition, that divine feminine that really helps us set that moral compass and know how to do these dealings in and between the physical and the spiritual.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely. And I'd say, you know, again, to expound on that some more, my wife now, man, you know, I got to give her props. I want to make sure I give her props in this, because she rode a hard road with me, man. Like, she dealt with the mental health and the paranoia and all that. And that was years after not doing the shit. I was still dealing with it. And she rode with me through that. And she, you know, she literally is taking care of all my kids. I'm working 60, 70 hours a week. She's taking care of all these kids. And man, I just want to give her props for that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I need to make sure that that's said here, because if it wasn't for her, sure, I might have made it out of what I was doing. I'm sure, but I probably wouldn't have. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't for her and her helping me with my kids and taking care of my kids, including the ones that aren't hers. You know, man, I don't know if I would be where I'm at today.
Well, man, shout out to wifey, man, and much respect.
Definitely. I want to give her props, man.
Yes, sir.
She deserves that, man. She and then she, you know, she pushed me. She's pushing me, man. She a protector, bro. She gonna make sure that, one thing about it, bro. She gonna make sure that at all times, even sometimes if I don't want her to, like, that I'm protected. But you know what I'm saying. But it's just what she went through, so she's very protective. You know,
that's a blessing, though, bro.
Very protective. She like a lioness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yes, sir.
That I just wanted to put a little more into that.
Yeah, that's beautiful, bro. So you know, we talked about a lot of the pain. We talked about, you know, the struggle. But man, what we do on this show, we give flowers. We turn pain into purpose, right? And we celebrate people and their passions, man. So tell us what you've been cooking, bro. Okay. Tell us what you've been passionate about, right? Tell us about this hat you got on, man. Let's really get into it.
All right. So let me tell you, retail retribution. What it is. Well, let me first by saying I love St. Petersburg, Florida. This is my heart. This is my heart. I don't know. Again, it might go back to the culture of loving your city, but I love St. Petersburg, Florida. It truly is, to me, the best place on earth. I've made my family here.
Yeah.
I've watched our music scene literally transform the country because a lot of our music, a lot of shit from here has there's so much that St. Pete should really be getting credit for.
Yeah.
And I just love this city. But so my love for this city, I decided this might sound goofy, but I always wanted to, dude, I always loved the corner store. Bro, if I could franchise a ghetto corner store, I would, bro. I know this sounds goofy, bro, but it was always something about the corner store in the neighborhood that had this aura to me of like, man, that's our people.
Yeah.
That's the man we go to talk to about what we doing, and you know, he
Bimpy.
listening. He Bimpy, but you know, AJ was mine over there in Lebanon.
Bimpy used to give us life advice, bro.
Literally.
As he said,
And $2 pack of
I was just gonna say something.
Yeah. Bimpy was the man, actually. Bimpy was good people. I never seen nothing wrong. Man, Bimpy was selling me cigarettes when I was 12 years old.
Bimpy was up.
So,
you know, but in his defense, so maybe he was in his statute of limitations. We ain't airing nobody.
No,
out.
this
Bimpy
30 years ago.
Hopefully, Bimpy still alive and well.
Yeah.
But we used to have a drive-through store on the south side, and we talked about it on the show. And man, when we were 11, 12 years old, we ride up on the bike, buy cigarettes, and if we bring a backpack, we could buy some beer. But at the same time, this man selling our 12, 13-year-old St. Ives and OE or Colt 45, all this other shit. He's dropping jewels on us, telling us about.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I don't know if you remember this. Me, Charlie, and me, we used to Charlie and I we used to do yard work for Bimby around the lawn for cigarettes.
I do remember that. I do remember that. Bimby is he's a legend, man. That's a legend, man, right there, man. But so that
my bad.
No, we got to talk about Bimby because again, this is what I'm talking about.
Corner store legend.
This is exactly what I'm kind of talking about. So, you know, with retail retribution, where it came from, I was looking for something. I always wanted to have the little a corner store with my clothes in it, right? This is my crazy imagination. But what I really always wanted to be involved in some kind of clothing line. But obviously, everybody's got a clothing line. It's not. Everybody's got one. Everybody got a name on it. Everybody got motion. Everybody got guns on their stuff. And you know, I'm not hating because I got one on mine. And that's just the way it happened. But that's not what this is about. What retail retribution really is about, man, is like, so I got the St. Pete hoodie, which is the first one I came out with. But I plan on taking this definitely nationwide, hopefully global, man, because what I want the name retail retribution to be synonymous with is what is in our neighborhood. My goal isn't to sell 1 million St. Pete hoodies. My goal is to sell a couple thousand in everybody's neighborhood, but be synonymous with the name retail retribution. And it's about making sure whether we got to take it back through these clothing, the clothing that I want is inner city history.
Okay.
And that's what I'm going for. And it might be
city to city.
Dog.
So that same love that we have for St. Pete.
Exactly. I know it's there. And I know it's there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I already know it's there because I know how people love their city. And I'm not like you know that you go to France, you see the Eiffel Tower in Paris. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's not the kind of landmark I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you the food store in front of the slum that everybody lives in Paris. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's my look. You know what I'm saying?
Go-to when you need a little snack or when you need to relieve some of that stress. Or that's one thing about Bimby. If we were like in trouble, bro, Bimby would have looked out for us.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he has my memory.
Yeah. And I don't want to just say it's about corner store. I'm just using that because I did.
Because it's
the second one is I use it. It might be the flip lady's house. You got the lady in Jacksonville. You might have the flip lady in Jacksonville and everybody knows her house from the whole city.
Ultimately, it's a pillar for the community.
It's the pillar for the community, and it's not going to be something that the outside is going to recognize. It's not going to be the dome. You know the dome.
It's not going to be mainstream.
It's not going to be mainstream.
Televised.
It's not going to be televised. And then, on top of that, though, what I do hope to bring from this is a lesson into what goes down in each city.
Okay.
So that becomes part of the story, right?
Yeah.
Like I want you to know what happens in the south side of Chicago or the east side of Detroit. Like I want you to know, like what's his face? T Grizzly talks about the Conies.
Yeah.
And that's where they go. And he had this one specific Coney. Well, I want you to know about that. I want you to understand what they love that nobody else loves.
Celebrating every inner city and every culture that circumvents that.
Yeah, and I'm not even gonna say inner city at this point. I mean, if there's a rural area that some of these rural kids live in, and there's a couple thousand, they want to tell us about the haunted house, and it can be on there. That's what it is. But really, it's about showing love to what nobody else notices, but the people from that community.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think there's there's a glow in that, bro.
I'm with it, bro. I'm with it. You see, you got me fired up right now.
There is a glow in that,
It's local
man.
love, bro.
It's right, loyal to the soil,
but
baby.
universally.
Local love. And so making the name Retail Retribution to be synonymous with that is the sales point, bro.
Yeah.
The sales point is not each city. Like I know I'm not going to sell 2 million St. Pete hoodies, but I know that there's a whole bunch of other neighborhoods that really want to show something like what I showed on the St. Pete hoodie.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes from, bro. And it still goes all the way back to family. Because I feel like this is our family.
Every hood, whether it be the suburbs, the hood, the inner city, little families within families, right?
And it's not political. And my shit is not going to be political. It's not going to be religious. I don't care about all that. I don't give a damn if it's the most famous mosque in Afghanistan. Not the most famous, because that's not what I'm looking for. But if it's the one in Afghanistan, and you know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm looking for.
So you know what? I just had a thought, and I'm thinking about like because so many in every cool movie you ever saw, there's always a corner store scene, and there's always that corner store where everybody goes.
Yeah.
You're gonna run into people or somebody's gonna be ducking, so you don't want to run into something, right?
But they know it
exactly. But it even brings me back to like in a more suburban setting, the comedy Clerks. You remember that movie Clerks?
Yeah, I know.
Where it was all about a corner store. It was like a super low budget movie, but it's like a cult classic.
Yeah,
right?
I know what you're talking about.
Everything's going down in the corner store, and the whole story, and every single person that comes through there, their story goes by. I mean, that's kind of what you made me.
That is what I'm talking about. But I think I'm getting on the topic of corner stores too much because it's not just the corner store. It like this is the one that's on the overpass.
Yes, sir.
It's just whatever puts out your city, whatever sticks out for your city.
I just thought about that. That's 38.
That's 38.
That's 38. Okay,
that's 38.
So I didn't even peep that.
That's 38, bro. That's what I'm saying. Okay, it's about. It literally is about what we know, and maybe I only sell to St. Pete, but. Bro, people come to St. Pete too. That's another thing, man. And they want to be a part of this culture. Well, damn, that's the St. Pete. Okay, that's actually part of the real culture. Let me get that. Yeah. So my plan is really, man, is to show history of inner city on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Of where we came from.
Yeah, man. So tell me where the name Retail Retribution came from.
So obviously retail. That's what we buy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's buying the clothes. That's what retail is. So retail, that's that part of it. But the retribution part of it is we are doing this for nothing. We are buying these clothes and we're doing it for nothing. But this is about history. It's about local history, bro. And the retribution is the get back for that.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the get back for what we seen coming up, you know what I'm saying? And then especially with like what's going on, you know, gentrification and all that stuff is just getting lost.
Yes, sir.
And I wanna collect it before it's lost.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
And that's the game plan, bro.
Man, I'm glad you brought in that point, bro. Because now I want you to tell the people what the plan is for Retail Retribution. Keep in mind this episode is not going to drop for a little bit later, so by the time they see this, you know what I mean. Just think in terms of foresight. But I want to make sure that they know or where they can find Retail Retribution, anything that's upcoming that you want to promote, where they can find you and connect with you, bro. You got these people listening, man. Man, tell them.
Okay, so right now, Retail Retribution, right now, I just have a Facebook. I also, if you go follow me on the Facebook, you will be able to soon be able to go to my website, because I am working on that as well. I already do have a Shopify set up to it, but my plan is much bigger than that. So I'm working on the website getting done and all that too. But for right now, go follow me on Retail Retribution Clothing Company. That's really where I'm at right now. But like I said, there is a website being built. I do have an account that you will be able to purchase things on. Besides that, I got a lot of love from this St. Pete hoodie. Like a lot of love. I probably got like 40 or 50 people looking for them now. And I'm hoping with the St. Pete hoodie that I'm able to, link up with some stores in the area, because these are quality. It's not bullshit clothing.
We're going to talk after, because I want to try to plug you in with some people.
Also the quality of the clothing. I'm not just putting it on some bullshit. Like I made sure I've been working on this for like a year, 2 years. And I wanted to make sure that the stuff I was using was top of the line. And it
absolutely
very much so top of the line.
And I can attest, I've touched the fabric, it's super soft, the print is A1.
Yeah.
Right? And this is super exclusive right now. There's only so many of these and you can't even get one yet. So that means when this man starts selling, there's only going to be so many. So are you going to be offering a pre-sale?
So that's what I plan on doing. As a matter of fact, you hit that right on here. What I plan on doing is, because once I let it go to the internet, other things get involved, I'm gonna have so many on me. I actually did get the first shipment, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna off them, and I plan on doing them for 50. They're worth 50, bro. The quality alone is worth 50.
Hey, man, brother, I'm with that. I can attest to that.
And I don't know yet. We'll see because of the tariffs. It is changing because who I'm working with is outside of the United States. So we'll have to see what it goes. I'm not going to kill nobody, man. I'm trying to come up and I'm trying to see everybody, help me come up. But I've got a lot of love. I've really been showing a lot of love, man, from everybody, bro.
So make sure y'all show love. Make sure y'all go, if you got your phone in your hand right now, go in there and search bar, Facebook, search Retail Retribution. Make sure you hit that like button and make sure you hit those little 3 dots on the top right. Invite your friends to like the page.
Absolutely.
Man. Show some love and stay on. Make sure you hit the notification, because when he got the drops, you want that St. Pete heat, right? And then if you want to bring Retail Retribution to your city, holler at Billy, man. Let's cook, right? That's what we're here to do. We're here to network. You know what I mean? So
that's what the next move is. Matter of fact, I already got a second one that I'm working on. My family's all from Philly. Chester, Pennsylvania is the next one I'm working on. I think St. Augustine is going to be next. But yeah, so, and by the time that this drops, I don't know exactly when it's going to drop, but by the time this drops, I'm sure there'll be more things that you're going to be able to do, and I'll be able to give MP the website and stuff like that.
We're going to be dropping links.
He can drop the links.
So you're already probably going to be able to see these links in the comments right now.
Yeah.
So yes, man, so, you got these cameras, you got these mics. You got anything you want to say to these people, man, before
I definitely do, bro. And this might be some cliche shit right here, bro. And I've heard this, but I'm going to say that, well, first thing, don't ever let nobody tell you can't get the fuck up out of what you're getting in. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I should be cussing on here.
No, bro. We don't feel it.
Let me tell you something, bro. You can get the fuck up out of anything because, bro, I was in the dirt, bro. I got up out of this thing before the fentanyl shit hit. So that was my blessing. Mm-hmm. That's my main blessing. But I'm telling you right now, man, if I can do it, bro, every single one of y'all watching me, man, and I know there's people out there struggling, whether it's with mental health, drug addiction, whatever. You can get your kids back in your life.
Yes, sir.
I want you to know that, bro. Yes, these kids, if you start living for your kids, you'll notice that your life gonna change because you start picking them over you. But just as a cliche, I think Gates said this, but a vision without action is merely a dream. And if we ain't doing nothing about it, if you ain't coming here and showing up to do, Life Struggle Legacy, then it's just talk.
That's right.
And we ain't talking no more.
No.
It's no more talk. Talk is cheap. We ain't talking no more. And for me, man, it's action time.
Aligned action. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Plans in motion.
Plan in motion.
Man, I appreciate you coming on the show.
Plan in
It's been a great
motion.
episode.
Plan in motion.
Man,
baby.
Billy Skinner, Retail Retribution, St. Pete legend right here. Yeah, man, listen, I appreciate y'all checking in. Make sure you go check out Retail Retribution on Facebook. Pretty soon, stay tuned for that website. Hoodie drops, hat drops, you name it. And you know, if you're looking to connect and maybe bring Retail Retribution to your city.
Let's go.
Man, holla at my
Let's go.
man. It's Live Struggle Legacy. If you haven't already done so, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification button. You got a comment for Billy, man, you got a question, drop it in the comment section, start a conversation. If you're listening on a streaming platform, please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that notification bell, download, rate us. If you're looking to promote your business, holler at me. We're looking for sponsors, and be sure to check out that Live Struggle website, livestrugglelegacy.com. We got music on deck, merch on deck, and all this latest Live Struggle Legacy news. I appreciate y'all checking in. It's Live Struggle Legacy. We building pyramids.
At Autism Acceptance All-Stars, it's more than awareness, it's action. When you sign up at the AAAS.org, you join a movement for acceptance, inclusion, and real impact. Don't miss our Memories Delivered program. We bring professional photographers right to the homes of autism families, capturing genuine moments in the comfort of their own space. Becoming an All-Star is free, but the difference you make is priceless. Visit the AAAS.org today. Be seen, be heard, be an all-star. If you'd like to promote your business on the show, please DM us for sponsorship opportunities. Thanks for tuning in. We out. Live Struggle Legacy. It's a whole movement.